Servus, Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. Recently, our glorious leader, Angela Merkel, criticized Twitter for censoring the American president, Donald Trump. Of course, this is not some kind of a sick joke. There is actually a reasonable explanation for that. And in case some of you might have missed that, I'm a little late to the party, I guess, but I still wanted to make a comment on that. And that is, of course, and Merkel, at least through her spokesperson, literally said that. So this is not something I'm interpreting in there. No, she literally said that. And that is that, of course, in a democratic system, free expression is necessary, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right. But then they said what they actually meant, and that is not a corporation should make the decision of what is appropriate and what is not, or who should be censored and who not, but it should be the lawmakers, der Gesetzgeber, which would be the parliament. But of course, we know that this is not what she actually means, and this is where I start interpreting things now. I would actually say that, and I base this on, mind you, on the reality in Germany, and that is that what she means to say, I think, is that not a corporation should have the freedom to just censor people at will without any reasons or any indication of wrongdoing or something like that. No, the executive, the government, they should be the only ones who can just for arbitrary or no reasons at all censor people, because that is what she actually wants. She wants the state to be the only force that can do that. And many leaders around the world, and some of it is a bit like a joke, like Uganda's president or something like that. It sounds like a meme or a joke or something, but it's not. Yeah, a lot of leaders around the world are actually getting quite nervous about that, and they will probably approach these social media and tech billionaires and tell them, look, if you want to do business in my country, you should be friendly to me, yeah, or you should know your boundaries, yeah. So that means that these social media giants, they can't do that in any country they like, as long as they still want to do business there. They can do it in the United States right now, but probably not in Uganda, yeah. So they can censor the opposition. But then what are they doing when, the faction that controls the country changes all of a sudden, and then they were censoring the current leadership when they were still in the opposition role like half a year ago? That doesn't look so good then, does it? So it is a difficult situation for both sides, I think. On the one hand side, these, let's just call them woke billionaires for, well, there is not really a lack of a better word, but let's just go with that, okay? They want to censor just speech that they don't like, okay? That's very obvious. And then there are political leaders in various countries all over the world, and on a huge spectrum of degrees of tyranny, I would say, in which they exercise their power in their respective countries. And they don't want to see that. And they get nervous when a powerful man like Donald Trump, even though he's been dropped now by everybody, but that's a different question. I mean, he's still the president, last time I checked. And when such a powerful person can just be basically deleted like any other pleb like us, right, on big tech, then they get nervous. So they're not against censorship. I mean, I know it sounds like a joke, and then some people say, well, censorship really goes too far when even Angela Merkel is starting to criticize it. No. You got that wrong. Yeah, Angela Merkel is not criticizing censorship. She just wants to make sure that she is the one, or not she personally, but the state is the one, or the power that censors people, or promotes their speech and multiplies it by a factor of 1,000,000. I don't know, right? So this is what's going on. It's just about power. Who has the power? Who has the finger on the button, on the trigger? Yeah? That's the only question that is relevant here, and it's not a fundamental question of how they see the right of free speech to, like how people should be able to express themselves in a Western democracy. No, not at all. Has nothing to do with that whatsoever. All right. So I just wanted to say that, and of course, I don't need to tell you that it is very, very difficult these days. There are a lot of people being deleted, being censored. It is probably gonna get worse, and we will have to look for alternatives. So there are some. I want to remind you once again that I am on Odyssey and also on BitChute. Subscribe to me there. That is more, well, it's not 100% free speech there either, as I understand, but it is at least more stable and more safe for the time being as the Google equivalent, of course. So, that being said, I heard that Donald Trump is trying to set up his own kind of platform. It's probably not going to be a video hosting platform, but maybe some messenger thing. I don't know. So I just heard that in comments. Actually, I haven't heard any official statement. Not that I checked. Okay, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just curious, what will come out of that. I mean, the motivation would be there, of course. And I also think that even though Donald Trump is now, as I said already, he is being dropped by everybody, and people are, well, I wouldn't call it stabbing him in the back. I mean, this is what happens if you lose your power. But this is just something that is very normal, I think, when somebody is smeared in the media and when they lose their power, that these so-called friends or frenemies that they had before, of course, they turn their back on them. I think this is very usual, right? But nevertheless, he will, of course, stay relevant because he has so many supporters, so many people see him as a great man. So I think he and his family, they will definitely remain a relevant quantity, a relevant player or players in US politics. And very curious what will come out of that. Let's see. So, just to clarify, Angela Merkel has no basic problems with censorship. She just wants to be the person, or the German state, in her opinion, or the EU, or whatever, the state should be the one doing the censoring. And once again, check out Alt Tech, and let's do something against censorship in that way by just, trying to escape as best as we can. Take care. Servus, Kameraden.